Are you like me, fascinated by artificial intelligence? This is what we are talking about in this episode. Bonjour, hello everyone. I'm Nata, host of the Nata PR School podcast. You're a successful entrepreneur or marketing manager and you're about to launch a new product or service? Or you've been selling your goods for quite some time, but you want to learn how to increase your visibility, get known, and reach more clients? At Nata PR, we deal with real clients every day, and we'll teach you simple, fun, and honest PR solutions. You'll learn easy steps to combine PR to social media right now. Keep listening and let's get started. Bonjour, hello, and welcome to 161. Yes, the 161st episode of the Nata PR School podcast. Welcome, my friends. Are you afraid of artificial intelligence, or you welcome this new, those new, let's say, apps and new tools, right? Well, I don't know if you remember, but when was the last time you were lucky enough to spoke to a receptionist and you had that person on the phone, or even in person if you go to a company and there's someone welcoming you at the reception? When was the last time it happened to you? Well, in my case, I can't even remember the last time it really happened, because it's really a position, a job that has really become rare and that's disappearing, really. So yes, this is a type of job that has vanished. And remember why? Do you know? I don't know if you're old enough to remember that, but this is really because of those personal computers, the laptop maybe you are using now. It's because of the computers that those kind of jobs really disappeared. And I remember this, like those were predictions, maybe 30 years ago. And this is why you could read in the press, like because of these personal computers that we all are using now. Think of it, like 30 years ago. I remember working in some companies and we had one computer for 5 people. And we could do our entire day without using the computer because it was new. And this was a big talk, what are the jobs that are going to disappear? And indeed, several professions have disappeared, such as travel agencies. Yes, they still exist, but they were numerous. And there's much less travel agencies than before, or other services like that you needed to go through to book something or make a reservation. Now, with your computer at your fingertips, you can book just about anything and then entire trip by yourself. And now, of course, you can ask ChatGPT to create a trip for you if you want. So that's another level of travel service. And maybe you're a leader like me, and you have now a virtual assistant. Yes, my friends, this is something I couldn't even imagine 30 years ago, having someone virtually helping me from the comfort of their home. They don't even need to go to work to assist me in all my administrative tasks. This is something to me that's even today still incredible. But that's the way it is now. So that person can stay home and live really far from the office. That's another incredible thing. And I don't know if you remember, I used to be so admirative of these secretaries. Remember those fabulous and famous executive secretaries who sometimes knew even more about the company than their own bosses? They have completely disappeared. So I'm just telling you this to remind you that it's, again, history repeating itself. But with AI, what's different this time, and what scares me, let's say, a little bit, is the speed and the probably the number of jobs that we don't even imagine will be replaced. So I guess there will be some massive and rapid changes. And humans are not that fast to adapt to changes. So this is where I'm afraid a little bit. But so what will happen? What will be the impact with public relations? Of course, some positions that are even disappearing right now that require, let's say, humans to use their judgment in selecting, let's say, online articles, what we call media monitoring. This will disappear. And I know that some agencies were specialized in that and were at still humans doing it. But, to me, it's kind of obvious that this is something that's going to disappear. And this is what I saw recently on TV. I was watching the 8 o'clock news, the French 8 o'clock news, and that was the title. Artificial intelligence, a company lays off half of its employees. And it was a PR agency, but they were specialized in media monitoring. And of course, an American company bought them and they cut 50% of the job. They're like, hey, no, we have like those robots now that can do it. So we don't need that many people. I know it's sad, but it's going to happen in some other disciplines too. But I think it's about it that's going to happen with public relations, with our profession at this point. Because what I think is that AI will be a fantastic tool for PR professionals from what I can see. I don't have that vision, and I'm not Bill Gates. I don't have that kind of brain that can foresee and forecast what's going to happen in 10, 15, 20 years. But I think it's going to help you do 3 things. Really help you conduct better online researches, for sure. The number 2, I think it's going to help us find way more easily and faster journalists and influencers, and help us create like even more precise, more interesting reports on what we will be generating, on these articles, influencers talking. So for now, this is what I see. I've been using ChatGPT. I did a podcast a few months ago about that, when it really was the new thing, just to see what it is. And I've been using it since then. So, and I know that my staff is using it too. So it's a great tool, really. It's an amazing tool. So it's kind of having a super writer, translator working with you. So it helps us really create better texts, better press releases, definitely. But we have to be careful because it still makes mistakes. So yes, let's use these tools wisely. Let's pay attention to what they are producing. Be careful. Proofread. Use other tools to correct it. But use it well. And, the more we use it, the better we will understand it as well. But I'm pretty much convinced, and even more than that, I believe strongly that it will not replace public relations expert, maybe in 10 years, but it's going to take a while for 3 main reasons. The first reason is there's nothing that can replace the conversation you have with another human being. This is something so human, and maybe in 5 or 10 years we'll see, but it's going to take a while. Number 2, emotions. This is what drives us humans to act. And this is really far. From what I can see, there's no real emotion in what I'm able to generate through ChatGPT. So emotion is something, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. But I believe that emotions will be difficult to imitate. But, who am I to say that? Number 3, I think in-person meetings also are just as powerful and remain essential. So one-on-one interview, face-to-face, meeting another human, that's going to be hard to replace with AI. But one thing is for sure, we will work differently. Just think, if you are like me, you remember working without a computer and how you work today. So it's very different. We're working so differently. But, I admit that for writing, helping us correct our text, make it better, translation, ChatGPT is a very powerful tool. It's as if we have, this personal assistant sitting right besides us, being better than us, faster, and really helping us. So I really believe it can become even more as a useful tool. And all this to say that we are opening the doors of our program, the Nata PR School. Check it out. Get featured for free. This is our best program since the very beginning. And I'm opening it for a few weeks until the end of September. So I don't know when you're going to be watching or listening to this podcast. So click on the link to see if it's still open. It's a great program. And we talk about, what's happening today. Also, because I manage a PR agency on my daily work, so I can really help you out. So get on the program. I hope to see you in class, my friends. And more than anything, I hope you'll be listening to this podcast next week. À la semaine prochaine. Hey, you want to learn more about how to implement PR strategies? Head on to natapr.com and get on our list. You will also receive the Nata PR model on how to create a successful PR campaign. If you want to become a client, just send us an email to nata@natapr.com. Talk to you next week. À la semaine prochaine.